Yo,
Good, Cuzzy.
what's up, bro?
Bro.
No show last week, and now I'm doing 2 shows with you this week.
I know, bro. And, bro, the people are pumped for the long – I have people that literally are messaging me saying it ruined their entire weekend that we didn't do the Long Shots only show last Friday.
No, I got some hate mail, too. I felt kind of bad.
That's what you want, though. You want the audience to be like it's a good sign if the audience is really loving it, you know, because if they didn't give a shit, they wouldn't say anything, you know.
It's probably good though, because I would have been wrong on so many fights last week. So
I don't think I've ever started off on a bigger bloodbath like that. D-Rod round 3 KO, I hit for like 25K. I was literally down almost that much going into that fight, and then fucking thank God the Corey Sandhagen fight was ruled a KO. Like, if that would have been a sub, that would have cooked me. I got that at plus 450. So between that plus 450 KO hit and between the D-Rod round 3 KO, I was like all the way back and some after an absolute bloodbath, bro.
Dude, I'm still pissed I didn't bet on DeRitter. I was literally calling DeRitter the entire time in the lead up, and then I was like, Bo Nickel.
I just think it's funny how many people were like, that was so obvious. He should have been the favorite. I told you so. I'm like, yeah, motherfuckers, show me the slips, bro. Like, everyone can say that, but like, if you didn't bet it, I don't want to hear shit from you. You know, if you bet it, then you deserve your props. If you bet the KO, you definitely deserve your props.
Dude, the KO is what, plus 1,200?
I saw like 8-1 or 9-1. Was it that high?
I think on some books it was like plus 1,200. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And I was gonna play DeRitter by sub, but I didn't, so I'm happy I didn't because I would have.
I know, but like, yeah. I mean, how many KOs did Ritter have? Because like, he's what, 18-2? No, he was 19-2 or something. Like, I think like 13 of his wins were
13.
sub.
13. We got Chino. Chino going top shelf to start us off here.
Oh my God, I'm so pissed because I'm out. I was gonna go downstairs. I didn't have time. Let me see. I'm like curious now. Dude, I was calling him Desmond Day Ritter on Show Me the Money and YouTube because of the QB Desmond Day Ritter. I didn't even fucking notice it until someone told me on the YouTube channel. I literally
you always
Desmond Day Ritter like 10 times, bro, and not one person told me until I posted on YouTube. So Day Ritter he only had 3 career knockouts going into that fight, so that was a good call. All right, let's see the ticket, Dixon. Let's see the fucking ticket, bro. All right, well, let's dive. It's a new week. It was an entertaining card last week, honestly, whether you won or lost. Let's go ahead and dive into the full card here with my boy Hayjive. All right, up first, bro. Honestly, is this the first? This is definitely the first fight of the night?
I don't think it is, man. I think
but if it is, it's a hell of a fucking scrap to start the fight. But let's pretend it's the first. Great matchup here. I watched a lot of tape on both these guys, bro. Santos and Lee here. Honestly, I want to hear your thoughts on this, but I think Santos is going to be at like a size and reach disadvantage. And I think the only thing that matters in this fight is whose chin fucking holds up, because it could turn into an absolute slugfest. This is one of these fights where you're like, there's no way it goes the distance, and then it goes the fucking distance. What was the example of that last week? The Jeremy Stevens fight, right? Exactly. That fight, there's no way that fight ever goes the distance. It's going to be an absolute war, and then it goes the distance. I was close to playing a finish prop on this fight, and I have the worst gut feeling, just like that Jeremy Stevens fight last week. But what do you make of this one?
So I initially thought Jung Young Lee when he was the underdog, and then I kind of got scared off because I was like, he doesn't really show me that much. Like, I think he has skills. He just doesn't really know how to fight. And then Daniel Santos, like, knows how to fight, but he's lacking in the skills. He's lacking in the size. So now it's what? Jung Young Lee's like a slight favorite. And I don't know how this fight's going to play out. And then I thought violence too. And then I'm like,
I know, bro. And the number's not that crazy, I don't think.
No.
Let me see what that number is.
I don't even think I'll have a bet on this one, dude. I think I'm just going to see how it plays out. But I could see either an early finish from Jung Young Lee, because Daniel Santos is super hittable early on. And he's like a lot smaller. I don't know if he's felt, the 145 power, but if it extends, Daniel Santos is probably going to take over a bit.
No, I know. All right, I'm still blasting this fucking show out. My bad, bro. But yeah, I was originally looking at Young Lee by KO here, but it is scary because of Santos's chin. But I'll dude, even the Hyder Emil fight. Did you watch? Did you rewatch that fight, the Jun Lee versus Hyder Emil?
What, all 40 seconds that it lasted, or
Like
what?
a minute of five, but dude, he's like the only guy that's had Hyder Emil hurt. That you see, like the first he hurt him on the
Yeah,
feet.
well, they both like landed flush shots, and then Jung Young Lee just started swinging. Like that's why I'm saying I don't know if he knows how to fight. Like the dude landed one shot, got hit, and then was just like, I don't care. I'm swinging for the fences, and then it didn't work out for him. So if he does that here, like Daniel Santos is pretty durable. So if he kind of gasses out, gets into round two, Daniel Santos might take over.
I know.
I hate this fight. There's a lot of fights on this card I just don't really like as from like to bet on because I just don't really have a good read. But
yeah, some people are saying there's going to see a lot of decisions this card. I don't know that I mean, I see that, but like, I think the hardest thing is finding subs on this card. I know we talked about it over text. It's like this was the hardest week. You know me, bro. I love subs. Like, even though 16% of fights end in sub, I fucking mentally I'm like, oh, 30% are gonna end by sub this card. Like, but this card is the one card where I was like, I had to reach to get a sub. I like it, but I don't love it.
I don't like any subs on this card either. I'm right there with you, man. We love the sub bet. We love the pain.
We live or die by the sub. Dude, last week, you and I have been together for some of the worst submission beats, like over the last couple of years. Last week, I cannot remember a card that had more sub bad beats than that. Like the fucking the Dantel Mays fight. Yeah, there was like four of them. One was kind of a reach. The Misha Tate one, she didn't have any opportunities the first 12 minutes of the fight, but then for her to end the fight with a rear naked choke attempt was just sick. All right, before we move on, I just want to see the number here on the fight to go the distance versus not, and then we can make a decision if we lean that way. All right, on Hard Rock, it is. Yeah, I don't think this is the first fight. Dude, minus 160 to not go the distance. It just feels like a fucking trap. Let's move on. We got a light heavyweight bout. Modestas Bukowskis versus Ion Cutelaba. Modestas is a guy that you have to fucking respect, bro. Blows his leg out, goes to other promotion, gets healthy, goes to other promotion, battles his way back with wins, comes back to the UFC, and now is on a nice little run. I think this guy really only loses to like really good competition. Like I think he's honestly a decent fighter. Ion Cutelaba is kind of up and down. Sometimes he looks chinny, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he wrestles, sometimes he just gets into slugfest. The guy's all over the place. What do you make of this one?
Let me ask you this. What did you bet on Ibo Aslan versus Ion Cutelaba? If you can remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember right now because I know that one went the distance, right? Or no, the arm triangle. That's right. I think I had a KO prop in that one, so I definitely lost. I think I had Cutelaba KO and he fucking subbed him. Correctly. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was shocked to see that you had Bukowskis KO in something. So I don't know, man. Like I think Cutelaba is probably gonna look to grapple here early. Like he could gas. He always gasses a little bit. Yeah, but he's looked okay. It just seems like after the first round on the feet, he kind of turns into like a punching bag a little bit.
Yeah.
But I just don't really trust Bukowskis that much. Like, I don't know if it's just his early UFC career that is holding me back from him, but I don't know. I can't get behind wins over Marcin Prachnio and Rafael Cerqueira. Like those guys are absolute bumps. So I don't think
I'm not as low. I'm not as low as you are on Prachnio. Like I actually think he's semi underrated, bro. Like he's one dimensional, but like the guy's not bad, bro. Don't forget this guy fucking beat Khalil Roundtree by decision. That was in fucking 2021. I don't remember if that was a robbery or not. He beat William Knight, which is nothing impressive. Devin Clark, again, nothing crazy. But I understand what you're saying. But like, do you really rate Ion Cutelaba like levels above some of these guys?
I think Ivan would run through all of Bukowskis' wins, but You
I
know,
don't even know that he would run through what's his name? Who was I just saying? I don't even know that he would run through Prochnio.
oh yeah,
really
he would. Pragnio can't stuff a takedown, bro. So, I mean, I think Coutaba should be favored, but do I trust him to win the fight? Not really.
Yeah. All right. Well, right now, let's take a look at the odds. Coutaba is minus 115. Bukowskis minus 105. I'm going to lock in leg one of the cycle. Hayden's got me a little fucking nervous now, but the bet's already in. I feel good about it still. I just feel like it's a really good buy low spot on Coutaba's chin, if that makes any sense to you guys. Basically, what I'm getting at is he was chinny for a long time, and then now you see this guy go the distance, get a choke, win by split decision, lose by unanimous decision. But, like, let's not forget, he had a 3-fight skid where he just got destroyed. I mean, a couple of those were subs. I think one was a club and sub. And then Kennedy and Juku, KO'd him. Magomed Ankalaev, obviously, that's the highest level, KO'd him, but that was in round one. I think, honestly, bro, to be real with you, I'm more or less just high on the momentum of Bukowskis and the resiliency in his career and, like, the confidence right now coming off a round one KO. I know the competition you're not thrilled with, but that guy was fucking 11-1. The guy won a ton. It wasn't, at the highest level, but it's still 11-1.
I for some reason I believed in Cerquera, but I just can't anymore. That guy's might be one of the worst light heavyweights to ever grace the octagon.
Fair. All right. Well, hopefully this cycle doesn't get cooked on the first leg. Holy shit! The Timberwolves are up 13-0. 5 minutes into the game, bro. Honestly, there is nothing like the NBA. It is the worst shit ever to bet on, bro. Thank God for this shit. Honestly, I can't stand. It's just the NBA's on every fucking day, and it's like there's no combat sports. It's like you just get baited into playing it. It's just the worst, bro. Like now they finally hit a 3. All right, moving on. I don't know what to do with this one. 33-year-old Ivan Urslan versus Navajo Sterling. Sterling 6-0 undefeated. This has been the year of fighters losing their zeros. What do you think, bro?
I think Sterling should win from range. Like, he's a much better kickboxer than Ivan. Ivan's more of a boxer. And I think he's going to struggle with the range. So I think Sterling probably chips away at him early and then pulls away late. But if Ivan can get some cage push going, some wrestling going, then it could tire out Navajo. I mean, he dealt with Tuco Tokos, who's wrestling okay, but
what do you think about Tuco in general? Like, A, his durability, and B, his wrestling? Because, like, I was surprised that fight went the distance.
I don't think – I mean, I could see a similar thing here. Like, Urslan's trying to close the range, but he's not really effective with it, and it could maybe go to a decision. But Urslan's just not really a guy that really go to the wrestling. So if it's at range, then I think Sterling's probably going to start to chip away and maybe get like a round 2, round 3 KO.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
It comes down to Urslan's game plan, honestly.
Yeah. Guys, I've addressed these comments. I thought we were past this because this happened like 4 episodes now. Austin is my fucking dog. That's my boy. I love him. He's a homie. He could not continue the show. For multiple behind-the-scenes reasons. You guys should understand and get that. Trust me, I would love to have him on, but it's just not doable right now. Our paths can cross again in the future. All right, let's move on. I didn't really give you my take on this fight because I don't even have any action on it, bro. I really don't like this fight whatsoever. Moving on. I absolutely love this fight. All right. My bad, Jake. Guys, if you want to check out the homopight.com website, I'm going to put it in the link here. The boys behind the scene put a lot of work into this website. If you're a combat sports fan, you got to go check it out, bro. Go check it out. Tons of articles every single week, betting articles, but mainly just fight news and opinionated articles and pieces. You can go see that out. There's a fight interview with Sterling, so go check that out on the website. Let's move on here to one of my favorite fights and bets of the card, bro. I hope we're aligned here. But Jasmine is taking on Jessica Andrade. I'll tell you one thing. I'm a fan of Andrade as far as like putting on entertainment fights. But I think she's been an absolute cash cow for me as far as bet on the other side. I made a lot of money taking Tatiana Suarez, ITD, and submission against her. The one fight that I actually got mucked on with her was that the Amanda Lemos fight. I think Amanda Lemos would literally beat Andrade 8 out of 10 times at minimum. Maybe you disagree, but I think that standing arm triangle was like the flukiest shit ever.
Yeah, it was a fluke as fuck, dude. That was
but
crazy.
Again, I think you get value because of shit like that, like later on, like fading her. Since that Amanda Lemos fight, she beats Lauren Murphy, gets choked out by Blanchfield, gets knocked out in round 1 by Jan, gets guillotined in round 2 by Suarez. Then she goes on a 2-fight winning streak against Mackenzie Dern, who just didn't have the striking at that time, and then Marina Rodriguez on a split decision, and then Natalya Silva. I don't know what the stats were in that fight, but I'm pretty sure she got fucking pieced up and outlanded. Now going into this fight, I think she just swings recklessly. Jasmine gets takedowns and does what she wants on the ground with her. That's my 2 cents.
She should. I mean, if she doesn't get takedowns here, she might be on the spectrum, because if she stands with her, she's not going to be looking good. Her striking defense is pretty much just eat the shot and walk forward, which kind of works because she's super tough. But
she's very tough. Someone told me that's close with her gym that she's been knocking girls down left and right in training. Like whether that's true.
That's probably not good. It's probably not good, man.
It probably is a false sense of confidence, but I just believe in her I believe in her durability and her wrestling, bro. Yeah. Like the one thing that does concern me, did you watch that fucking what's the zombie girl? Did you watch that fight? Do you remember that fight? Yeah, bro. I rewatched that yesterday. I'm like, how the hell did she not finish her in rounds 1 and 2? Like, it was literally a referee thing, because I think most refs would have stopped that fight way before round 3. I mean, she beat the brakes off of her on the ground, off of her, and then she finally gets, I think it was a Darce in round 3. I just think she's just way more well-rounded. I think she's going to be more durable, and I think she's going to get this one done on the ground. I'm going to have a big play on Jasmine inside the distance, and I'm going to have a smaller play on the submission is my final answer. But look out for that KO prop. That's why I'm going inside the distance, because you watch some of the tape on her, and even when she has submission opportunities, she kind of prefers beating the shit out of girls on the ground. Go back and watch the tape. She loves the ground and pound. Even when she gets Darces and subs, a lot of times it's because it's just right fucking there, and she's already beat the shit out of the chick.
She gets to that side control. She just lands elbows. She's so big, she could just keep everyone there and then land elbows. It's nasty.
Yeah,
I think it comes through. I think she probably finishes her around 2-3, but
2-3. You have to auto play the 2-3 here. Just oh my god, someone texted me Dante's fucking missing all of his threes already. Over 2 on his threes, bro. I'm gonna fucking kill somebody. I hate the NBA. All right, final answer. Let's look at those round props. I'm gonna tell you what they pay here in Florida. And I think we just go, if you're gonna play 2-3, I think you don't get cute here. I think you just go 2-3 without the outcome or the method of victory as well. Dude, round 2's plus 650 and round 3's plus 650. They don't even raise the round 3 because she's always getting round 3 finishes. This is the same thing as the D-Rod fight. When I was looking at that fight, I was like, Ponzinibbio literally in those last 5 fights has a round 3 finish and a round 3 loss, and D-Rod had round 3. So I was just like, it was 22-1 on that. It was fucking insane.
22-1 on D-Rod round 3.
I got 18-1 on the bookie portal. I got plus 2250 on D-Rod round 3 KO at the Hard Rock. I put 500 on it like a pussy, bro. When do I not put a band on that? I always do. I put 500 on it. It paid like 11.7. It would have been 22 and change if I just put 1,000 on it. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. It is what it is. It was still a nice hit. Here's another good call. The OnlyFans fade. Hayden knows a lot about that.
Oh, geez. I don't think she has
round
it anymore.
9-1. Hard Rock screwing us there. 9-1 on DK. You have to auto play that at 9-1, bro. Auto play that. That's crazy.
9-1 on a women's finish is ugh.
Bro. Look at the dude. Just based off the style and the matchup, she's gonna wear her down. She's gonna survive round 1 and then beat her up in 2-3. In her last 4 fights, she has 2 round 3 finishes. Let's look at Andrade.
She's been
She
finished.
does usually get sparked in the second round.
Yeah.
Blanchfield subbed her round 2. Suarez subbed her round 2. But it's almost like Jazz is like a small level below, not a small level, but a level below Tatiana and Blanchfield. So it just makes sense that it takes her to the third. Valentina finished her in round 2. She actually has never been put away in round 3. It's been all round 2s. But if you just do the math and you're like, oh, she's a little bit worse than the girls that are finishing her in round 2, it's not a bad play.
Yeah.
OnlyFans has been hot recently, according to Dixon. Chase Hooper is a fucking OnlyFans, bro. Norma Dumont, Angela Hill. You got to understand, some of these fighters have OnlyFans for their behind-the-scenes fight training, which I think is stupid. Like, you can partner with other platforms to do that. Like, the minute you announce you have an OnlyFans, the stigma behind it is just always going to be sexualized content. So I don't get that. I understand what OnlyFans is trying to do as a brand, but it's like it's too late for that.
It brings more eyes. That's why, attention. I'm starting an OnlyFans. What do they expect? They're gonna expect something bad. They're gonna check it out.
Fair enough. All right, this is a fucking scrap right here. Mike Malot versus the fucking power of Char. This guy's, what was it? Who was the left hook? Was it a left hook?
Left hook.
That shit was vicious, bro. And Semmelsberger, say what you want about his skill level, but that guy's he's been in some wars and is pretty durable in game, Mike Malott is the deserved favorite. We know about the Neil Magny performance, beating the shit out of this dude, kind of faded late. It's one of those fights that could be a good loss in hindsight down the road for him, right? It could be one of those teachable moments. He might make this fight look easy. Our boy Austin is on Mike Malott round 1-2 sub. I was trying to get there, but this guy's never been sub before, and I don't know if I can trust Mike Malott to do it. On the other side, Gilbert said this is dog by KO. Gilbert loves this play.
I like that too, bro.
If Mike Malott doesn't get this guy to the ground or doesn't get him out of there, I think there's a legit chance that this dude can land the shot. But then again, it could be a buy low spot on Malott. What do you think?
I think Mike Malott is a great mixed martial artist, but I don't think he's a fighter, man. I don't think this guy really wants to be in there. He's a bad nail. And we saw his last time out against Trevin Giles. He didn't even want to open an opportunity for him to be a nail. He was being super low volume. He didn't want to wrestle because he didn't want to gas out. Charles Radke, bro. Wisconsin born. Training with Malot. Training with GM3.
Yeah, I love that, dude. I do like that. I do like that a lot about him. I think that's where that's one of the big reasons why I can't get to the Malott sub, because again, this is a card where you're like, if you're putting a cycle parlay together, you're literally fucking searching for a sub prop. But I just could not get there on it, bro. The guy's never been subbed, and I'm getting what, plus 400 by sub.
I mean, people forget
Magny, who keeps getting subbed.
Mike Malott got KO'd by Akeem Dawodu in 2014. Akeem Dawodu is like a point kickboxer. Fights at 145 now. Charles Radke, you see that left hook he landed on Matthew Semmelsberger? It was like he got tased. He didn't know what the fuck just hit him.
Yeah. What's your thought?
Over.
Yeah. What's your thought on violence here as like a parlay piece? Minus 210.
That I don't like. I
think the price is tough.
Yeah, the price is.
If I could get like minus 150 or lower there, I think I would play it. But you're gonna pay over $2 on that shit, like.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
I could see Mike Malott fucking mix in takedowns and run clock.
Yeah, I mean, I could see. I mean, Charles Radke went to a decision with Blood Diamond, so it's not like he's just finish or bust. Like he's gonna go there and fight that.
I think he's improved a shitload since then, though.
I think so too. Like I could see this being a 29-28 where both guys have some moments, but I just think Charles Radke as the underdog is the side. But I've also seen a lot of love for Charles this week, so it might be a mush. You never know.
Yeah. Charles by decision is almost 5-1. And if Malot like kind of implements a grappling game plan and Charles just has the bigger moments with the hands, I think that's live, bro.
I gave it out on my best bets show today. I gave out Charles Racky plus 3.5, even money.
Really?
Yeah, plus 100. I mean, I don't really think Mike Malot's going to finish him, but if he does, if you're going to play the money line, you're going to lose it anyway. You're still getting plus money on the plus 3.5 just in case it goes to decision. I think he wins a round.
Yeah. This is a good question. Why not BSD sub in the cycle parlay? Full transparency, I didn't even have a number for it today, and I wanted to get the parlay out. Hard Rock didn't even lay a number on that. I went to bet online, and it was like, actually, they didn't have it either. It was just the over-under out in the money line.
They'll probably release it on like Friday night or something.
And, dude, it's all, like BSD coming off all these losses. I almost see a world where he wants to get like a vicious like highlight KO. Like, even if the sub's there, I almost like think he could not even take it and just try to like get a vicious KO.
We'll talk about it later, bro. Dude,
his chance that BSD gets fucking KO'd by this guy, because that would pay a fortune.
I mean, he's got some nice head kicks. I will say that Prepelic does.
And something doesn't look right with BSD. Every time I see him, I know he's like wearing.
He's still got bruises. He got bruises on his face.
I just think mentally something's going on with him, bro. I don't know what it is. I really don't.
Probably getting destroyed.
That's true. But I saw a couple things. We'll wait to get to that fight before we keep talking about it.
Malot or Radke? Honestly, I don't think I could sit at the dinner table with Mike Malot too many times. So give me Charles Radke.
Yeah, it's a tough one, bro. The challenge is you're kind of selling high on both guys. Like, even though Malot won his last fight, it was a fucking shit fight by decision against somewhat of a chinny guy. And then the problem with Chuck Buffalo is like he's coming off a perfect performance. So you're kind of not getting like, think of it this way, bro. If he's coming off of that Carlos Prates knockout going into this fight, he's probably plus 250 here at least. Maybe plus 275, 300. But he's coming off of an elite fucking highlight knockout in round one. And now there's a little bit of hype behind him. So I do think from a pure value standpoint, I do think Malot is the side. But it doesn't mean it's the right side. It just means,
right.
And,
if you locked in Charles Radke early in the week, you got some CLV at this point, so it's probably dead.
Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of dogs closing at smaller numbers recently. Hey, no bullshit, bro. Gilbert, when we filmed the podcast Tuesday, was plus 400. We filmed that and put the clip out, and he's already dropping now. I knew I should have locked it in. But I'm gonna hope that it moves back the other direction, like going into that Saturday or going in next week, going into the fight.
All the parlay monsters will parlay Michael Morales.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, we'll move on to this one. My final answer is I kind of like what's fight to end by knockout plus 120. I kind of like that, but I don't know. All right, moving on. A matchup of the 35-year-olds. This one is as simple of a breakdown as it gets for me. It's either Marc-Andre Barrios by like late finish or decision, or Bruno Silva in round one by KO, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to beat Marc-Andre here, you can either put his lights out early like fucking Joe Pyfer did, walking him down, and bang, that was it. Bruno Silva, at the end of the day, we don't know what we're going to get from this guy. We're going to get the Bruno Silva that got chinned by GM3, or we're going to get the Bruno Silva that went the distance with Poetan. Like, you just really don't know anymore. You feel like the guy's just fighting the fight. If you remember, I hit the cycle parlay, fading him, taking the other side by decision. I forget who that was.
Yeah, Nardiev.
Yeah, Nardiev by decision. So I got love for Bruno because he could have got finished late, and he hung in there like the fucking warrior he is and won me my 100 bands. So, Bruno, I fuck with you for that, but I don't know if I can back you here. What do you think, bro?
I mean, I got to see weigh-ins for this one. Bruno Silva, if he looks like he did against Nardiev, he just looks so disinterested. And you could tell in his body, like he looks so soft. But then you go back and watch him versus Tavares, like you can see his muscles. He doesn't got the love handles on, and he came to fight. So at this point, I got to see what Bruno Silva looks like at weigh-ins. If he looks sharp, he could definitely chin Barrios because he does have some hammers, and Barrios is just super hittable. And he's made his career off of being hittable and then battling back and tiring guys out with his cardio. But if you get knocked out in the first, like you can't make it to the second and third to tire guys out. So I'm kind of with you. I think it's Barrios by decision or Bruno by KO, but I could also maybe see a little different game plan from Barrios. Maybe be like after all the knockouts, the 2 knockouts he's coming off of, maybe he looks to do some cage push. Maybe he looks to get a little grappling going where Bruno's been sub many times.
Yeah.
So Barrios by sub.
I won't be surprised if he comes out and grapples in the first minute. Like if you can just, even if you're not even looking for a sub, bro, just like get this guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, if he
need to tire him out, you don't want him swinging for your chin in the first round.
If he grapples in the first round, Bruno Silva's probably going to be tired. So it'd be a good game plan for Marc-Andre. You know, this is like one where I'm like, who can I buy low on? But like they're both just so low. I don't even know whose stock is lower at this point.
I think it's Bruno's. I think people are so low on Bruno just because Marc-Andre, it's like you can't fault the guy for getting starched by Joe Pyfer. Like that dude hits like a fucking truck. Bruno Silva, it's like a series of performances at this point where he's just not himself anymore. But this is the one fight where it's like it's a golden opportunity for Bruno. Even if he doesn't look good at the weigh-ins, even if he's not in shape, he can still chin Marc-Andre. Like even if he's not himself, like he still has that ability in him. So that's what has me overthinking this fight a little bit, to be honest.
Barrios by sub plus 1,400. Is that
interesting? The long shot show will be tomorrow night, boys, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. There's also another comment I want to address here because I'm not sure the answer. Did we skip this fight? We might have missed it. If we did, we'll come back to it. I'll let you know.
It's the next one, I think, in the slides.
Okay, perfect. Marc-Andre got KO'd because he brawled. Bruno Silva's washed. Gun to my head, go Mark. You're a degenerate if you lay money on the fight.
Yeah,
that's a reach. That's a little bit of a reach. Barrios has been knocked out in his last 2, round 1. Yeah, that's the thing. And Bruno is like a very dangerous guy in round 1. I mean, how many round 1s does this guy have in his career?
Bruno?
Yeah.
Probably a lot.
Right. He has 20. This guy's fucking 20 knockout wins. Brad Tavares, round 1. Jordan Wright, round 1. Wellington Turman, round 1. I mean, he has so many round 1s, it's ridiculous. I think he has like 8 of them. So when he gets KOs, they're the majority of the time in round 1. I don't even mind double-sided action here. Silva 1-2, Marc-Andre 2-3, and then you pray it doesn't fucking hit the cards. Yeah. But I'm telling you, like, that's live.
Yeah. I mean, Barrios might get knocked out on his walkout.
Oh, God. All right, let's not spend much time on this one. Final answer. I'm probably going to go 2-way action here, depending on the numbers on the round props. Let's move on. Hayden was right. Brad Katona versus the guy that is known for dropping Umar. That's literally what this fight is.
Yeah.
Brad Katona, I think, is kind of an underrated guy. I was this close to putting Katona by decision in the cycle. I didn't do it. What do you think on this fight?
I got to shout out my guy right here first. Got his Professor Parlay shirt.
Let's go.
Appreciate you, brother. Hopefully your Parlay's cashing this Saturday. You're going to be wearing it.
You can't lose in a Professor Parlay tee, bro. It's like if you do, you need to hit up Hayjive and ask for a fucking refund because
really can't.
It's in the small print of the merch.
Yeah, for real. All right, we'll get into this one. We got Brad Katona, Bexot. I mean, do you think Brad Katona could maybe get KO'd here or no?
I don't think he's going to. I mean, I don't think
too.
We see this all the time. Who was the other example where a guy has a big moment against like a huge name? Oh, fucking Ian Gary. Who did Ian Gary get head kicked by? The Chinese.
Yeah, he got hit with a left hook, dropped him. Song Kanon.
Kanon, thank you. Think about that, bro. Song Kanon drops Ian Gary. Now, granted, he got put away later in the fight, but look what he's done since that. He's gone 2-2 and has been finished in the first round in one of those losses. Like we see this all the time where guys have big moments and then their stock is like overvalued because of it. And I like genuinely think that could be now this guy does look good, but Umar fucking 30-27 him even after he dropped him.
Yeah.
So like I kind of think Katona can fucking mix it up more and get takedowns and tick the clock and do enough to win like a 29-28 here. Because he's a dog, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I was gonna maybe bet on Katona, but I think his ceiling is a close decision. So as an underdog, like he's what plus 130 now. So I mean, it's not really like that much. There's not much upside. There's probably more upside for Beksot to land a knockdown, land a knockout. But I don't really trust him. Like I just don't really think he's the goods. And I know Brad Katona's durable. I know he's gonna have enough cardio. He's got enough skills. So this one's probably a pass for me. I mean, maybe fucking Brad Katona by split or some shit. But yeah, this is one that I just don't like, man.
I agree. Let's see what the chat likes. The level of disrespect. What respect has he earned, bro? What has he done in the UFC?
I mean, this is you laid it out perfectly. Like this is the classic sell high on a guy that dropped Umar, but literally lost almost every minute of the fight outside of that.
Yeah.
So
there's just not enough footage on him at a high level. Like he couldn't do anything the rest of the Umar fight, but Umar would destroy Brad Katona. So it's just like it's really there's not enough for me to even think about putting. I mean, I'll probably unofficially bet this fight 5 minutes before, but I'm not putting out any official plays. All right, boys. It is time. You're looking at above me the pay-per-view king, undefeated in 2025 on pay-per-views, net profit every single card. Code Canada is going to get you boys the whole weekend free this Saturday. Let me plug the link here. Basically how it works, you use code Canada when you're checking out. So you have to check out because it's going to put your card on file. The weekend's going to be free. If you decide you like the picks, you can stay on next week. If you don't want to stay on, you can cancel it and get charged $0. I'm going to link this right now here in the chat. You guys can go check it out. $0 this weekend on the card. Get that boy Hayjive's picks and also Nolan the Parlay MMA. I just posted it right there. Let's move. There we go. Let's move on to the next fight. And there's the stats, up 22 units on pay-per-views. The pay-per-view king, go check it out. Go get the plays for free. Let's move on here. I got to click back now. There we go. All right. Benoit Saint Denis. I made a bag betting against this man twice now. I am up a fortune fading this man. Dustin Poirier KO. I got like I think it was 4-1, 3-1. This is when BSD's stock was as high as it possibly could ever been. And he was looked at as like the next guy to like compete with Islam. Poirier kind of gets ragdolled the first round, comes out, then starches this dude in round 2. I made a bag on that. I believe it was like plus 450. Maybe I'm wrong. It's been a while, but it was up there for a Poirier KO line. That's as disrespectful as it gets. Yeah. Then he comes out in Paris. I have a Brazilian flag on me in Paris. I'm probably one of 5 people in the entire arena rooting for Moicano. I'm sitting front row watching the fight. I cashed on a Moicano round 2 finish. I cashed on Moicano ITD and money line as an underdog. He made him look. Moicano looked minus 800 in that fight when it was all said and done. 1 takedown, and BSD had no idea what to do on the ground. He beat the shit out of him. That dude's face looked so destroyed. So the question in this fight, obviously, it's a massive mismatch per the odds. But did this dude fucking lose his soul and his will? And mentally, is he different after those 2 losses? Because this guy was untouchable. He was like this French special troop guy, like badass dude, and a big favorite, the next guy. And then he just gets the brakes beat out of him 2 fights in a row. And now it's like, do you take a dog shot here just because the odds are so stupid? What do you think?
I mean, I think Moicano messed this dude up maybe for the rest of his career because he took so much damage in 1 round. And now when he's in his interviews,
this dude.
His interviews like
Moicano told me on the podcast that after round 1, when they came out in round 2 and like met in the middle, Moicano literally said, he's like, I feel bad. He's like, good fight. He's like, I feel bad for what this guy's face looks like right now. And then he just coasted in round 2. But bro, after round 2 ended, I was like, fuck, I lost the prop. They stop it right after, in between rounds 2 and 3, and that means the round 2 cashes. I was so pumped. The craziest thing is I had a 3-leg round 2 parlay and hit the first leg. The second leg was who's our Brazilian boy that fought the
Brito.
French. Yeah, who was it?
Brito.
Yeah, Joanderson Brito. I had round 2 as the second leg, and Moicano round 2 as the third leg. So I hit legs 1 and 3. And then in hindsight, I was like, it would have been like 125, something ridiculous. It was a 6-figure parlay. And if Brito would have finished that choke in round 2, I would have hit it. But not only would I hit it, I would have thought I would have lost it on the last leg. And then the doctors stopped it. It would have been just so fucking insane. But anyways, that's how it goes. What do you think on this one? Have you watched any tape on Kyle? What are your thoughts on this guy?
Yeah, I have watched some tape. His competition after he got cut from the UFC is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Except, right when he got cut, it was okay. And then his last 3 fights, which are all round 1 knockouts, were pretty bad. But I mean, he kind of moves like Drew Dober, but he doesn't have the power in the left hand of Drew Dober, but he has some nice kicks. He's going to whip body kicks, head kicks from both legs. He's a southpaw guy. And he's got a nice little left hand, but this pretty much just comes down to BSD grappling. And I think BSD is just going to be able to take him down and sub him. So if BSD has any type of brain, take this dude down because he doesn't want to, strike with anybody.
That's
at this
why
point.
everyone's telling me to take the sub, but I don't even know what the number is. I don't see it anywhere. And I'm like, what is the number? What is the number even going to be? It's going to be maybe plus 150, maybe minus.
Oh, it'll probably be around even. Maybe minus 1.
It just depends how they price the KO compared to the sub, though,
I mean, if the sub is anything plus, I'm playing it.
Interesting.
It just seems way too easy for BSD.
Moicano, just so you guys know, Moicano had that collarbone issue 3 weeks before the fight. I fucking saw it in person. It was gross.
I remember that. I was fucking scared.
It looked worse than it was as far as how it felt for him. He didn't even get surgery. He just said, fuck it. It just looks, it looks terrible, dude. Even 2 months after the fight, it still looked terrible. Everyone's saying BSD round 1, BSD sub, BSD's beating him up. I agree, but at the same time, maybe this isn't the fight to fade him. Now, if he finishes this guy in round 1, he said that in 2 weeks, he would literally come out and fight Gamrot. He said the reason he turned down that fight is because Gamrot would not have been on the fight on this card. It would have been in a couple weeks after.
Oh.
According to him. I don't know if you saw that clip. But which I believe that, honestly. So the question is, what would you put your money on if BSD was a 2-1 dog against Gamrot in a couple weeks?
A 2-1 dog against Gamrot?
That's what I'm making. I don't know what the line would be.
I would take BSD then. Because I've never been a believer in Gamrot. And I think BSD can scramble.
I don't think, yeah. I mean, BSD's going to get taken down left and right. It's just a matter of what happens after that.
Right. That's why I didn't think Moicano was going to do him like that, because BSD has always shown so many, such good scrambles. If guys take him down, he'll just get back up.
Dude, Moicano, he told me ever since that Drew Dober fight where he didn't finish Drew Dober, but he was able to kind of control him. He's all he did was work on his positioning and ground and pound on top, and it fucking showed, bro.
Yeah, he's one of the best. He gets you on top. He's nasty.
I agree with this comment right here, bro. I don't think he should be a 10-1 or 11-1 favorite.
Let's just make it clear, just don't throw BSD in your parlay at minus 1100. Okay, just save yourself the heartache if it doesn't hit. If it doesn't hit, but even if it hits, it's not going to add much. So,
bro, that I saw on some sites the over/under opened at half a round.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
It's under 1.5 minus 180 now. But I would fucking hammer over 2.5 minutes. Dude. I don't care who the fuck's fighting.
Oh yeah.
It depends on the number, of course. I have played that 60-second prop before. Remember when I played Ikram Askarov and he won in the first 2 minutes instead of 60 seconds? I was pissed. All right, moving on. We got Alexa Grasso versus Natalya Silva. Very good matchup, honestly. Grasso's going to look to close the distance, get in boxing range, maybe mix in some grappling. Silva, elite takedown defense, really good at range and distance, elite striking efficiency, striking defense. I mean, she's fucking really good. The question is this too much too soon for her? Because she, I believe, is what, 2-1 dog, a little bit more than that, or 2-1 favorite, a little bit more than that now. But this is I think this is a pretty even matchup. The question is, how much do you believe in Alexa Grasso?
I don't believe in her at all, to be honest. Really? I don't. I mean, she was plus 700 or something against Valentina Shevchenko. She was down 2-1, about to be down 3-1, and she gets some Hail Mary submission. Like, yeah, it was a great move. She got the back, but she was going to lose that fight. And then she should have lost the second fight, and she got destroyed the third fight. So I've never been super high on Alexa. I think she has some good qualities. You know, her boxing is sharp. She's got opportunistic jiu-jitsu, but going up against Natalya's just not going to let you hit her. Like, she's just so good from the outside. Any type of boxer that comes near her is not going to be able to touch her with her hands. I mean, Jessica Andrade is like a literal wrecking ball. She just walks forward and wings bombs, and she couldn't do shit to Natalya Silva. Alexa Grasso was content to stand at range and look for counter boxing exchanges. They're not going to be there. So Natalya Silva, only way she loses this fight is some flukes up. She's going to have to fall from a kick, get caught in some type of submission. Other than that, Natalya Silva should win every round. She's way better from the outside. She's got good hands. She's got good movement. She won't engage in these pocket boxing exchanges. 91% takedown defense. Natalya Silva should absolutely win this.
I mean, it's pretty telling that her decision prop is minus 145. You know, I almost put that in the cycle, but it's just fucking expensive. But like, do you really see? I don't see a world where she KOs Alexa Grasso. You know, because she just don't sit down on her shots that much, and Grasso is as tough as they come for this division. Like, she's good. She's game to fucking scrap. Like her Silva's takedown defense is elite, but the question is, like, do you really believe it's as good as the number is based on the competition?
Oh, yes. Absolutely, bro. She's fought Jasmine Jasdavicius. She's fought Teresa Bleda. Those are two really good wrestlers.
No, that's a good point.
Like,
let's take a look. So her takedown defense, she only got taken down once 2 fights ago. The Jasmine fight, she got 2 takedowns. She didn't get taken down at all. That's pretty impressive. And then outstruck her 96-31. I'm with you, bro. I mean, she outstruck Andrade 117-50. I mean,
I will say this, though. If Natalya Silva goes for a takedown, my cheeks will be puffed because Alexa,
Gilead or Darst,
she's pretty solid off of her back, but if she doesn't get it, she'll just, be on her back. I just think Natalya Silva could win 25, maybe an hour from the outside against Alexa Grasso because Alexa just doesn't have the forward pressure to do anything.
I agree. I agree with you. You've really because I was leaning Silva decision. I think I'll probably play that on my card, try to get a decent number on it. It might be the most clear-cut decision of the card, truthfully.
I hope so because I got a lot of money on it.
Just a fucking number. I wish I get like even money at least on it, or like.
I will say Natalya's got some nice head kicks though, so that's the only way that I don't think it goes to decision. But yeah,
I just don't see her being able to land those. Like Grasso's going to be pressuring and interface, and she's going to be moving laterally and fucking. I don't know. I mean, let's look at Grasso. I mean, Grasso's she only got finished by Tatiana, and that was a sub. She's never been finished otherwise in the UFC.
Highly unlikely to see a finish from Natalya here, but
I agree. All right, moving on. Jose Aldo versus Ariel Helwani. Fucking matchup of the century here. What are your thoughts, bro? Has Jose Aldo got one more, or is he about to get pieced up on the feet?
I hate it. I think it's just going to come down to a close decision. And, what side do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the Jose Aldo side or the Ayman Zahabi side? Obviously, with the line, you'd probably want to say the Zahabi side, but you really trust Zahabi to get it done. Like, I don't really trust him to get it done. So,
right.
Stylistically, like Aldo's probably going to want to get on the inside and use his boxing. Zahabi's going to want to stay to the outside, poke the jab.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's on the
I'll tell you what, if you can get a good number on a Zahabi split decision, I would fucking play that. I swear to God, I think he wins split decision in Canada. And it's another like repeat. It's going to be a different style than the Bautista fight, but it's going to be the same outcome where it's like people are bitching. It's a close fight, and they give it to Zahabi in Montreal. I'm telling you, that's how I see the fight going. But
Zahabi split is plus 900.
What book is that?
Bet online.
Well, it's just a decision, like 250 or something.
Yeah, 225.
9-1. That's fucking nasty. All right, not a lot more to talk through on that one. Is there any chance of a finish here? And if so, which side would you?
I was actually thinking maybe Zahabi KO, just because the number's at plus 800.
When's the last time Aldo's been KO'd?
It was like Shoulder Yan, but that was round 5. Like, I don't think he's gonna get it, but no. I mean, Zahabi does have some really nice counters, and if Aldo is
2020.
If Aldo's trying to, put the pressure on, maybe he gets hit with like a big counter.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Aldo gets outstruck, honestly. Like, even Cheeto Vera fucking outstruck him. It's like Zahabi should be able to outvolume him. It's just he can't lose big moments. That's the key.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But Aldo literally, outstruck by Volkanovski, Marlon Moraes, Peter Yan 194-83, Merab 57-38. Like, the guy gets outstruck. He's become more low volume as his career's progressed.
I mean, he takes no risks, man. Like, he's getting hundreds of thousands of dollars just to show up. So, like, why take a risk?
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of both guys are semi-low volume. I mean, Zahabi lands 4.06 strikes a minute. Aldo's 3.72. I'm telling you, split decision written all over this, in my opinion.
Zahabi's getting 50 and 50, man, probably. So he's got a lot more to fight for.
If Ant-Man's injured, that's good for my Zahabi, my Dante DiVincenzo bet, which is probably already fucking cooked due to 0 points. All right, moving on. The co-main event. I'm gonna let you pronounce fucking this chick's name because I always fuck it up. People give me shit, so you pronounce it, bro.
We got Valentina Shevchenko and Manon Furo.
Manon
Furo.
Yeah.
Furo.
Bro, I'll tell you what. I was looking at this fight 2 weeks ago, and I was like, this is going to be one of my biggest plays of the year because I thought I was going to get Manon at like plus 120 or some shit. Like, this was like 3 weeks ago. And I think this girl is fucking good. Like, she's big, strong, young. Well, she's not that young. 35? Is that fucking right?
Yeah, she's not.
Why do I think she's younger than that? I thought she was like 30. But, like, she feels younger as far as, like, fights and damage. And, Valentina's been in some fucking
mileage for sure.
Yeah. I don't know how Valentina's going to win, though. I really don't. I don't think she'll be able to take her down. I think this could be a 49-46. That's how I see the fight going.
49-46 for Furo.
Yes.
I could see that. I mean, I don't.
If she stuffs all the takedowns, like, I really do believe she's going to fucking get the better exchanges on the feet. Like, I know Blanchfield isn't the highest level striker, but, like, she made her look fucking terrible on the feet, bro. Like, terrible.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing here is the takedown defense because Valentina has taken down every opponent for the last 7 years.
Her total on like DFS apps is 2 takedowns, and I like the under. I think she's gonna get 1 the whole fight. The one thing I'll say is she can mix the strike. She can use the striking to then mix in like a surprise takedown better than Blanchfield. Whereas, like, I think Blanchfield maybe is a better grappler, but like Valentina can like use the striking to then get her grappling going. Right. So like that's the only way I'll say.
I think Furo's takedown defense is a little bit overrated though, just because like what grapplers has she faced? Like just Aaron Blanchfield.
Tabitha Ricci, Myra Bueno Silva. They're solid grapplers.
Bueno Silva has no takedowns.
She has jiu-jitsu, you're right.
Jiu-jitsu. Tabitha Ricci's a strawweight too, who was literally like 6 inches shorter. So, I mean, she really hasn't faced that many grapplers.
But Tabitha Ricci averages 2.7 takedowns a fight. Like, you can't discount that.
Against who, though? Like, she's not taking down girls with, like, good takedowns. She took
Angela Hill down 3 times. She took Jillian Robertson down 3 times. You can't discount Tabitha Ricci's takedowns. Like,
I can't. It was also Tabitha Ricci's UFC debut up a weight class. Like, there was no chance in hell Tabitha Ricci's getting a takedown on Furo.
Yeah.
No chance. So that's why she got TKO'd. So the takedown defense is a little bit overrated. I mean, on film, it looks good. But we also
you see how big and strong this girl looks.
Yeah,
so I believe it.
She looks huge. I mean, if there's anybody that could take her down, it's Valentina, because she uses a lot of different like styles of the takedowns, whether it's a trip, it's a double leg, single leg, up against the cage, body lock, stuff like that. So I think there's possibilities for Valentina to get takedowns here. And something that nobody's talking about is like Manon Fiorot could get takedowns on Valentina. Like Valentina got taken out 3 times by Taila Santos. So we got to factor that in as well. Like Fiorot is big and strong. I mean, you saw how she picked up and slammed Erin Blanchfield. So, I mean, she could definitely.
I also like the fact that she has the 5-round experience now. Like that makes me so much more confident on her. Like she landed 172 strikes in a 5-rounder against Erin Blanchfield. Like that gives me confidence to back her here by decision.
Yes, because at times she has looked like she's kind of gassing, but I don't read too much into the strikes just because Blanchfield is a literal punching bag on the feet. She just walks forward and takes shots because she's durable as shit. So I don't think Manon's going to put up big volume against Shevchenko because she's not going to be there to get hit. So the way I look at it is like, I think there's grappling upside for both girls. I think the striking will probably favor Manon like 60-40, maybe 65-35. And I think it'll go to a close decision. But at moments, there's times where there's just not a lot happening because Valentina's trying to like figure her out. So I ultimately picked Furo. And if Furo becomes an underdog, because the line's coming down a little bit, Furo's like minus 120 now. If she becomes an underdog, I'll play it at like plus 100. But like as a small favorite, I'm not going to play it.
Fair. Somebody said they're hold on, where did it fucking go? I lost it. Let's see. Someone wants to fade my cycle parlay. All right. If you fade my cycle parlay and DM me and it hits, I will send you a $10,000 wire right now. Go do it.
How are you gonna fade it?
How do you even fade? Fading the cycle parlay means my decision leg, you're taking the opposite fighter by decision, then the opposite fighter by sub, and the opposite fighter by KO. It's not a fucking money line parlay. Are you gonna fade it? All right, moving on to the main event. Jack Maddalena versus Belal Muhammad. The floor is yours, brother. I know you're very strong opinion. You have a much stronger opinion on this fight than I do. I like a few different angles on this fight, but I'm gonna give you the floor here.
All right. Belal Muhammad's almost 37 years of age. We all know the statistic of fighters over the age of 35 in title fights. Not many have won. Belal did it last year. He did it at 36 years of age as a plus 220 underdog. His last 5 fights, he's been an underdog. Look at his opponents. Leon Edwards, harmless. Gilbert Burns got injured in the first round. Couldn't do anything after that. Sean Brady, it's a good win. But we also have to take into account that Sean Brady, that's Sean Brady's only loss, right?
Yeah.
Sean Brady, he got finished by Belal. So what happened to that? Sean Brady wasn't experienced enough, and he literally said himself he quit. He quit from the pressure of Belal because there was no grappling, and Sean Brady on the feet at that point was just a fish out of water. Vicente Luque, rematch. He got it done. It was actually a fairly close decision where he got outstruck 84-60, but he got the takedowns. And a win over, a 40-year-old Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, who could never grapple. So those are his last 5 wins. He was an underdog in all 5 of those. I don't see a lot of danger from any 5 of those opponents. None. Jack Della Maddalena, by far the most dangerous opponent he has ever faced. 1.6 knockdowns landed per 15 minutes. Scrambles like a bitch. Refuses to fuck off. If he gets taken down by Belal, which I do see happening, I think Belal will get the takedowns. But he trains with Craig Jones. Every fight that he's been taken down in, he's found a way out of it. Gilbert Burns took him down 7 times. What did Gilbert do to him on the ground? Nothing. He did nothing. Gilbert Burns has some of the best jiu-jitsu welterweight has ever seen. Belal
he had his back and was threatening the neck, but didn't get anything.
They didn't get it. They didn't get it. Yep. JDM will just defend, keep moving, scramble out of it. Belal, if he gets you down, what is he going to do? He doesn't land ground and pound. He doesn't have submissions. So what is he going to do if he gets him to the ground? Probably nothing. Shaq's going to get back up to his feet, and then it's going to be pushing forward, looking for damage. We need a guy that comes in here and looks for damage to beat Belal, and that's exactly who JDM is. He's 8 years younger, the most dangerous fighter that Belal has ever faced. This is the time where you can fade Belal and feel good about it because Belal is a favorite. Yeah. The books have never believed in this guy. JDM's been a favorite in every single fight.
Yeah, I will say the books are now like you're dead on when you say the books are finally like the books are semi over respecting him now as a favorite, whereas it feels like it's making up for all the disrespect that he's been the last 4 or 5 fights. Like some of these fights he could not have been a dog.
Let's think about this too. Where's the finishing upside in this fight? It's Jack Della Maddalena. It's all on Jack Della Maddalena's side. He could knock him out. Some might not want to admit it, but he could submit him if need be. Mm-hmm. He submitted Craig Jones, apparently.
I know.
Belal Muhammad, what's Belal Muhammad's path to victory? Get takedowns and win a decision? Is it going to be 50-45? I doubt it. Is it going to be 49-46? I doubt it. I think it's, at best for Belal Muhammad, a 48-47 type of decision victory. Mm-hmm. Jack Della could go in there and finish him, or he could win a decision. If we're judging fights based off of damage, who's going to do more damage throughout this fight? It's Jack Della Maddalena.
Right. The one thing I will say is I know, like Belal, obviously, the majority of his wins, almost all of them, are decisions. The one thing I will say is for a guy's style that is pure pressure and cardio, like I do see a world where he's able to get finishes more often now later in fights. Like if he's able to pressure Jack and, the same way he did with Sean Brady and damage him with an he didn't knock Sean Brady down, right? It was just accumulation and volume, and the ref stopped it. I do feel that like that's live rounds 3 through 5 here, as crazy as that sounds. And I'm saying based on the betting odds, bro, like it's 40-1, 50-1, 60-1. Like these rounds 3, 4, 5 KO props are fucking asinine, bro. Like at that number, Jack could fucking injure himself. Like 50-1, round 4 KO or round 5 KO. Like there's so many scenarios that could happen. A bad stoppage, a TKO on the feet, an injury. Like those numbers are absolutely insane for a guy that's going to try to drain your gas tank and pressure you. So all I'm saying is the sprinkle could be worth it. I'm not going to sell Hayden on that because he's not going to bite. But and he even tweeted earlier today. He said he's going to sell me on a finish prop. He's right. Here's what I'll say. I want to get your opinion on this. My favorite bet on this fight is fight to not go the distance at plus 135. You might not like it because you think the only upside is on Jack's side, which if that's the case, you just play the double chance, which I need to see what that is. I imagine it's like plus 250 or something. If you take Jack inside the distance, let me see what that number is. But I do love the plus money here. I'm going to tell you why. Because like whoever fought Jack, he came in with a perfect game plan, but it was like side-to-side movement, kicks, leg kicks, etc. Whereas Belal's just going to be in your face, pressuring. So it gives you the ability for him to get KO'd or sub, and it gives you the ability to drain your opponent's gas tank and damage him with an accumulation of volume. So I do think this fight doesn't go the distance. More, even if you think this fight doesn't go the distance 5 out of 10 times, you play that all day at plus 135. I think that's a fucking no-brainer. And I think that the fact that this Beneil has almost every win in his UFC career by decision, or 90% of them, 85%, whatever it is, I think you're just getting such a good number on that violence bet because he's the favorite and he always wins by decision. So you're just getting a beautiful number. But this is a 5-rounder, and I think it's not like it's a car crash, but it's like one guy just pressuring the other guy and the other guy having big power and finishing upside. And I just love that fight too. I love violence in that scenario over a 25-minute fight. Let's see what that number is. Jack to win by finish, plus 275. Fight to not go the distance, plus 135.
I don't think you think Bilal's going to come out and pressure him?
I mean, how else do you see it going? That's literally all he does. You think he has a different game plan for this one?
Yeah, because if you watch back,
similar to Gilbert's.
Yeah, because if you watch back the second Luque fight, he kind of fought like Gilbert did, where he's like kind of skirting around the outside, like looking for his entries and not really trying to exchange much, and then looking for takedowns.
Do you believe that all about him saying, "Oh, I'm just going to box the entire fight," or you just think it's all bullshit?
Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to happen. I actually think Bilal's going to be super conservative and could be his demise, because if you want to play out the back foot against JDM, he's going to pick you apart.
Yeah. Fair enough. Interesting. Chat, what do you guys like in this fight? Hayden, are there any other props you like that stick out to you? Do you really believe JDM sub is live? Do you like him early in the fight? Do you like him late in the fight? Or do you just prefer the money line?
I like the money line just because I think he could win a decision as well. But yeah. I think the finish comes probably 3-4-5, but most likely like 3-4, somewhere around there. Just from because
would you just play the round prop in that scenario because of the sub?
Yeah, because it's not much different, I don't think.
So you get JDM round 3, 16-1, round 4, 20-1, round 5, 30-1. I don't hate two-way action on the 3-4-5 on both sides, bro. I think both guys are like gonna be like focus on their reads early, not gonna fucking overcommit, kind of work their way into this fight. I was watching Beneil versus Randy Brown, bro, because like that's one of their common opponents outside of Gilbert. And dude, his striking action, that was back fucking, what was that, 20? Randy Brown.
The Beneil fight? Beneil against Randy Brown?
Yeah, that was a long time, bro. He's so active. I'm like having to scroll. That was 2017.
Yeah.
He kicked the shit out of Randy's leg. He landed like 20 leg kicks in the first round. Like, it was ridiculous. I think you might be onto something that he's not going to pressure as much as he normally does. Maybe it's a lot of leg kicks to that lead leg and then, entries in the takedowns.
Actually, I think he's going to do what he did to Luque, is skirt around the outside, kind of like what Ian Gary did to Prates, is like hit and run, but he's going to throw a lot of kicks to the body, a lot of kicks to the head to try to soften up the hands a little bit. But I don't know if he has the weapons to do that, man. Like, he's not Ian Gary.
Right.
So
interesting.
My last time fading below. Hey.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's your favorite play of the card? Do you have any parlays cooked up you want to share with the chat here? What are your thoughts?
So my favorite play, honestly, is JDM money line. But I also love the Charles Radke plus 3.5. I like a Jasmine Natalya Silva parlay, just super easy.
Just money line.
Yeah, I like that.
You get even money on that, or plus money on that, right?
Around that, yeah. Those are like the 4 spots that I like the most. Honestly, a lot of these fights, I'm just like, I just don't have a good read on. I don't want to force anything. So
it's a tough card, especially for submissions, which that could be a fucking good thing that I'm not over on like 4 submissions. Like, I'm literally going to only have 1 submission on this entire card. When does that ever happen?
Never. I mean, how many did you have last week? Like 5?
4 or 5, and fucking everyone was a bad beat. Like, literally everyone had submission attempts and like locked in submissions. 2 arm triangles. The 7-1, 2 arm triangles in round 1. then a rear naked choke attempt late in the fight, like just the craziest shit. I don't know if it was a rear naked choke, something else, but just the craziest beats on their subs, bro.
I like the BSD sub as well.
Yeah, but I don't know what the number is.
Yeah.
Depends on the number. What number does it need to be for it to be playable for you?
If it's like minus 120 or better, I'll play it. Anything over that, I probably wouldn't, but I expect it to be around like minus 120.
If it's minus 120, what is the KO prop?
Plus 150.
See, if that KO is plus 150, I'm fucking taking that. Like, to me, it's like, if he gets a finish, I think it's literally 50-50 KO sub. Like, I don't see an edge to one side.
Maybe it's take him down ground and pound type of thing, maybe.
Yeah, or a knockout on the feet if this guy's really not high level. Like, or the kicks he throws, they're fucking vicious. Like the body kicks and leg kicks. Like, yeah. I don't know. I just think that it's hard to price those two props. I think that's why these books like haven't even fucking dropped it. Let's see if it's on Bet Online now yet. But I haven't seen it anywhere, bro. No. Like, I would have looked at that sub for the cycle, but I'm not waiting for fucking Friday night or Saturday for this shit to drop. All these people waiting on the cycle. I was like, I'm not waiting for a fucking prayer.
At that point, you're probably just better off taking the under 1.5 because.
Yeah, and that's minus 170.
Minus 160 now.
Okay. Still not up on
past the round and a half, like something's probably gone wrong for BSD.
Yeah, it's still not up on Bet Online, so I don't know. I guess it'll probably be up tomorrow. We'll see. But all right, bro. Any parlay? Or you said your parlay was that 2-legger? Natalya Silva and Jasmine money line. Boys, I did drop my cycle parlay. It's on my YouTube channel. Posted it like 4 or 5 hours ago. If you guys want to go check that out, it is a 3-leg parlay. I actually like this one a lot because so the cycles that I've hit, the Khamzat Chimaev sub cycle, that one was like 42 to 1 Hayden, I think, because it was like 2,500 to win 100 or something. It was like 40 to 1. Yeah. And then the second cycle I hit was like in the mid-20s. This is right in the middle of both. Like, I've been taking shots on cycles where they're like 60, 80, 90 to 1. This one is like a modest 35 to 1, boys. So go check that shit out. 35 to 1 cycle parlay. 4,100 is going to pay 150,000. 1 fighter by decision, 1 fighter by submission, 1 fighter by knockout. It is up and live on the YouTube channel. Go check that out right now after we end here. And good luck to all of you guys this weekend on your bets. Go check out Homopight Picks Winnable. I'm going to post that in the chat one last time. If you guys subscribe with the code Canada, you're going to get Hayjive's Picks, the pay-per-view king, for free right now. You guys go to the site, type in code Canada, put your card in. It's $0 at checkout. If you decide to stay on the following week, it's, what is it, Hayden, 20-some bucks, whatever the number is.
$24.99.
Yeah. $24.99 if you want to stay on after that. But there is zero risk if you sign up for his picks. You get this Saturday's card completely free. And then if you don't want to stay on next week, you literally just hit cancel and you pay $0. Good luck to all you guys this weekend. We'll see you guys at the cash counter Saturday night.